The next one we have is we call mirror hand. Okay. And the whole purpose of this drill is to try to get ball sacks on quarterbacks. So if we're getting sacks, we're trying to force fumbles and tip balls at the line of scrimmage, because tip balls and overthrows turn into interceptions, and sacks that turn into fumbles change games. Okay. And so again, everybody does these drills. Our D-line does it, our linebackers do it, and our DBs do it. So we have a coach who's got a ball in his hand. Okay. And we're going to set up two lines, and we're going to have an offensive tackle guy who's just simulating a kick step. He really, if you don't have enough bodies, you don't have to have this guy. Okay. We're having these guys come off the edge. And we're trying to teach them is if the quarterback is looking my way, I want to mirror my hand with his throwing hand. Okay. So if he's a right-handed quarterback, right, and he's looking to the right, then I'm going to use my left hand to mirror his hand. I'm trying to get the same hand as his ball hand to get right into the window. Okay. If he's not looking my way, then my emphasis becomes the sack fumble. I want to get the ball sack. So now I want to try to come over the top with my backhand to try to get to the quarterback's arm to force the fumble to come out. We stress that we do not want to jump. We do not want to jump because as soon as we leave our feet, we lose control of our body. If we lose control of our body, we're going to end up on somebody else's highlight film. So we want to keep our feet on the ground when our hands come up, and we want to continue to accelerate through. So again, if the quarterback's looking at me, I want to mirror his hand with the exact same hand that he's got the ball in. If he's not looking at me, I'm accelerating through, and I'm working to come up over the top to get the sack fumble. Okay. And we just switch lines. And again, we get lots of reps in this. Okay. Now, what's great about this film here is these guys do this wrong most of the time. So there's a lot of good teaching points that I can put in here. So again, both guys are going to rush, number 11 and number 92 here. Okay. So right now, quarterback is looking at this guy. So I want to see him mirror with his left hand because it's a right-handed quarterback. He should mirror the quarterback to try to get in the window. This guy should accelerate and with his upfield shoulder, try to swipe the ball to get the ball sack. Okay, so my number 11 does a good job here. You can see he realizes it was the wrong hand at first, and he switches. Right here, 92's got to recognize that the quarterback's looking away from him, so he's not trying to mirror hand. He's trying to get to the ball sack. And really, if you think of it the same way, if I'm trying to mirror hand from here, it'd be this hand, which is going to take us to get to the ball sack. Okay, so same thing. All right, so once again, 50's using the wrong hand. He should be using this upfield shoulder, okay? And then right here, you'll see 92 jumps. Puts both hands up and he jumps. At this point, he's got no control of his body, and that's where we can be putting ourselves in danger, okay? You'll see our coach right here addresses it. Again, fix problems as they happen, right? You see if you jump, the quarterback can tuck and he can run, so we don't want to jump. All right, here it is in a game. All right, so we're going to watch our defensive end here on the right. Okay, quarterback's rolling out. All right, here he goes to throw, mirror hand. Okay, so we want to take our left hand and we're going to put it right through the ball. Okay, sack fumbles, change games. Okay, and again, here's a great example of needle in a haystack. Ball's on the ground. We don't have an opportunity to scoop and score because it's around a bunch of bodies. We want to field or recover. Recover that football, give our offense a short field. You see it better from this view. You'll see right as he goes to make contact with the quarterback, he's going to take his left hand, put it right through the quarterback's left hand. If we can hit that arm, okay, gives us an opportunity to force a fumble. This might be my favorite clip of the entire season, but watch our backer here as he blitzes through this A gap. Great blitz timing right here. See that? Quarterback's looking away, right? Put your hand right on his arm. Do we get a sack fumble here? No. Do we affect this play? Absolutely. Almost get an interception off of it. Okay? So we're mirroring hand, right? My hand is the same as his hand. If he's right-handed quarterback, I'm going to use my left hand. Get a really good look at it from this view. Getting really good blitz timing from this backer. Does a great job recognizing the quarterback's looking away. Boom. Affect the play. Get to the quarterback's arm. Affect the play. Okay, here's another example. We got a D end here. We're going to run an inside game. He recognizes he's not going to get there. Mirror hand. Quarterback's looking your way. Quarterback's right-handed, left hand. Boom, right there. Swatted pass. Tip balls are just as good as sacks in my book because they're getting 0 yardage on it. Then we'll talk about is our high point drill. So This is more to work on how to get the ball away from receivers when the ball is in the air, the way that we want to try to attack the ball when it's in the air. And, I was always taught we want to come over and try to rake the hands. And that's kind of been, deemed to not be as successful as punching through the hands. And so a lot of guys nowadays can make really good one-handed catches. So if you're just raking through one hand, they're going to be able to make the catch with the other hand. Where if I'm punching up and through the hands, then I can pull the ball away from the wide receiver's body. So all we do here is we partner guys up. The front guy's got a ball. He's going to throw it in the air. He's going to extend it, and our guy's going to work up through and pull the ball away from his hands. The other reason why we really like this is we feel like it puts us in a position better to make an interception as well, where if you're just raking the hands, you're not really actively trying to go after the football. Whereas if I'm playing up through the hands, I'm putting myself in a position where I could actually end up making an interception off of the play. So here you can see the guys start with the ball. They're going to thrust the ball up. Our guys are going to push their hands up and through and then pull away from the body. And sometimes guys will just knock it on the ground. Like if you watch this guy up top, he's just knocking it onto the ground. Okay, and then you can see these two guys, as they pull it through, they're actually able to intercept the ball. Okay, so that's why, again, we feel like by using this technique, it does put us in a better position to possibly get an interception out of the play too. And if we're thinking breaking through the hands, again, if a guy makes a great enough break, it does put him in a position to make an interception and be able to run with it after the fact. Okay, so here's examples in the game. We're going to watch the corner down here. Okay, he ends up out of phase. Right here, play up through the hands. Up through the hands, punch through the hands, pull away from the body. There you go. Stay with it all the way to the ground. Again, if he had just raked on this, there's a chance this guy could still one-hand catch this as it's coming down to the ground and land right on his chest. But because we're pulling away from the body, he doesn't have a chance to complete the pass. Okay, now we got a backer. Okay, we're going to try to run a shaved, skinny post here. Our backer is going to bend back inside. Does a good job of breaking through the hands. His inside hand is punching through the hands, pulling away from his body. Right there. Inside hand is through his hands. And now this gives him a chance because he had a good enough break to get a second hand there. Almost an interception. Not quite. See it from this view too. See, we want an inside hand. And what we tell these guys is if we're going with the two hands like this, it's a take it and make it. Either I catch it or nobody catches it. So if I don't think I can get two hands there to play through the hands, then I'm tackle hand, ball hand. So I want one hand below the waist, other hand's coming through. But if I think I can get both hands there, I want one through and the second hand coming through. But if I go with both hands, I catch it or nobody catches it. Okay, here's the safety up top. He does a really good job on his break here. And he actually gets there early, so he's able to bring both hands through and almost make the interception. So again, playing through the hands instead of just swiping. Right? If he had just tried to swipe this near arm, this guy could still make a one-handed catch with the upfield hand. So we're teaching our guys to play through the hands, through the hands. So we're trying to do when we attack the football. All right, here's some of them that actually lead to interceptions. Okay, so here's my Will backer. You see balls thrown up. Both guys. He's playing up through the hands. The Will is. My safety had a great break. He's playing up through the hands, getting the ball at its highest point. That's what we're looking for. Two guys doing the same drill right there. Okay, same thing. Now we're going to watch our Mike backer here. Okay, breaking through the hands. Again, if I go with two hands, I catch it or nobody does. But I'm trying to get this ball at its highest point. I'm attacking the ball in the air. Boom. Break through the ball, break through the hands. He felt like he could get there with two, so get there with two. If he doesn't think he can get there for two, I got a tackle hand, a ball hand. Tackle hands around the waist, ball hands coming up through the hands still.